How's it going, Magpies? Magpie Leon here. In today's video, I want to take a bit of a dive into who I think the Harbinger could be in Halo Infinite, whether or not it's a singular person or whether or not it's a faction, and quite frankly, just who they could be. So, for those of you that aren't aware, the Harbinger, so far, all we know about them is that they're working with the Banished in some capacity. We know this from the fact that the Halo Infinite gameplay demo that they showed off last year, Escharum, the Brute, when he's going over his speech, mentions that the Banished and the Harbinger share the same goal.
The Harbinger and the Banished share the same goal. We fight together to honor the will of Atriox.
But we're yet to be introduced to this Harbinger. We don't know if they're a faction, we don't know if they're just a singular character, we really don't know much about them, but I have some theories. So, initially, when the Halo Infinite trailer dropped, I assumed the Harbinger could have been Cortana, because the word Harbinger means a forerunner of something. And I assumed this would make sense with it currently being in control of the Prometheans and the Guardians, which were all made by forerunners. I also had another theory that could potentially be a prophet, but then thinking about both of those two, one, why would the Banished work with Cortana? And also, Cortana's after controlling like the entire galaxy at this point, so she'd have no need to work with the Banished. She wouldn't want to, and she wouldn't need to. She has the Guardians. She's literally got like some of the most powerful weapons in the universe, so why would she work with the Banished? And also regarding the theory about the Prophet, the Banished are aware of how the Prophets can be quite manipulative and liars, so I also doubt that one would be true. I do think both of those theories are possible. It could be Cortana in some capacity, it could be a Prophet, but I do find that a bit unlikely. Another one I was thinking is maybe it's another Covenant sub-faction, and maybe it's the Harbingers rather than the Harbinger, or the Harbinger could just be the leader of this faction. I think that would be something that would make sense. Maybe that's the reason why there's quite a lot of diversity in the Banished armors and stuff. Maybe they're working with another faction. But then at the same time, I think if that was the case, it would have been Harbingers rather than just saying Harbinger. I do think it's one specific character. So another idea I had, which was a bit more recently, was that it could have been in a monitor, like 343 Guilty Spot, like one of those characters. Maybe it was the monitor of this ring, but then again, they're usually there to ensure the safety of the rings and stuff, so why would he be okay with the Banished destroying it if the Banished destroyed it? That's a whole nother theory. That's also something that, although possible, I doubt. Now going back to the definition of the word Harbinger, today it sort of just clicked, that was pathetic. Today it sort of just clicked, which is why I had the idea of making this video. The definition of Harbinger is a forerunner of something. So what if the Harbinger is a forerunner? Not something of forerunner creation, but an actual forerunner, or maybe even an ancient human. Both of these I think are pretty solid. Now, I doubt the Harbinger themselves would be someone like the Didact, but it could definitely be a Forerunner. It could be a way to reintroduce the Forerunner to sort of a central role in the plot, and I think that would be really cool. A character similar to the Didact that fills a similar role and could be a boss within the game that we actually get to fight this time. I think that would be awesome. It's also possible that it is just something of Forerunner creation, someone like Mendicant Bias, although once again, I doubt it, but that is definitely possible. And then with the ancient humans having close ties to the Forerunner, I think that is also another very plausible theory. But so far, I do think the best one I've come up with, at least, I don't know, there's probably other people that have come to a similar conclusion, but I think it is very possible the Harbinger could be a Forerunner, and I think that would be really cool to have a character like that play a central role in the story, and maybe they're working with the Banished to further their own goals, and maybe wanting to overthrow Cortana, someone using their creations, their species creations, against the whole universe and using them against their original purpose. Again, this is just a theory, it's all just speculation, but I actually really hope that it is a Forerunner. I think that would actually be really cool. especially if they did sort of contain a similar sort of moveset to someone like the Didact, someone that is really powerful and can like throw Chief around with ease, because I think that would create a really interesting boss fight. And maybe if this is the case, at some point you have to actually work with Cortana in order to defeat them because they're that powerful, or work with a bunch of other Spartans and like characters under the UNSC. Something like that could be really cool and really interesting, and definitely quite unique, because although yes, we did have the Didact before, he was very underused. A cool character for sure, but definitely a very underused character. So seeing someone similar to that be used in a more central role, I think would be really cool. Anyway folks, it was just a short video today. Let me know what you think. If you got any theories on who the Harbinger could be, let me know down in the comments. If you're new here, maybe subscribe, share the video around if you agree, and leave it a like. But yeah, that's all from me, and I'll catch you in the next one.